Hey guys, so it's like 6:40 in the morning on I don't know, June 16th, or sorry, November 16th, 2018, and I've sort of had this podcast in the works with someone who suffered from a hyper-religious episode, like I have for the past, I guess I'm starting my second year, which is unheard of, by the way, but I'm always at the end of the curve. But my point is, he's been sort of very nervous about this because you have to understand when someone has a hyper religious episode, they get real banged up. Um, some mistake is made where typically they break one of the Ten Commandments. Typically, it's they think they're Jesus, and because the widely known and understood fact in Christianity is that Jesus was God, they start thinking that they were God, and because there actually is a God, and this first commandment is there's one God and I'm the God, not me. He's saying there's one God, it's me. And there are no other gods for commandment 2. When they break that commandment, then God's like, boop, you're done. So they get real banged up after it, and then they have to stabilize, and sometimes it can take months, years, decades. So it's kind of frightening for them. And he's been very honest about that. And this morning he emailed me when I woke up. The first thing I saw was, "Hey, I've been nervous about this, but I think it's probably best if it just rip off the Band-Aid and we just do this." So then it gets me thinking, and then it has me sort of his nervousness or doubt, which is the idea of Satan, is to doubt something. That's all it is. No horns, no demons or anything like that. It infects me. I'm like, oh man, this is like a really important thing. Like I got to watch my words and all this stuff, which I do, but at the same time, I can't be saying to myself, actually for a second there, it made me say, oh wow, like this, I have the power of God when it comes out of my mouth, and then like quick thing, I'm like, God? I'm like, no, you're not God, dude. You're just a guy. No big deal. He's just a dude. No one's God. There's one God. Let him run the whole fucking show. He knows everything. He is omnipotent, omniscient, controls and knows everything. And that's not my responsibility. But it's funny because it's a really good exercise for me to be sort of, to see, first of all, the need to explain the universe to people. Also how fragile they can be, because people have been banged up for thousands of years. And then also for me to just reiterate that when these people have doubt, I cannot let that affect me at all, because I'm the light that shines through. And really, I mean, my major 2 points are, one, the entire reason you were having a hyper religious episode was to convey a message that if someone takes out their phone, they upload a video of them confessing every bad thing that they've ever done, cross-reference to the Ten Commandments, then any illness they have will go away because there is a God. And then 2, the prophecy piece, that when you are able to piece that together, the reason you should listen to my message over someone else's message is because it's written in the Bible. And that just proves that there's a God. He knew that this whole thing was going to happen. He understands everything that I'm going to do before I do it, just like he understands everything that this guy is going to do before he does it. And it's a nice, smooth process to kind of ease me into talking to people in a meaningful way about this. But I have to remind myself that, people have been banged up for a long time. So I'm here acting on behalf of them. So it's been a good exercise. But it was funny this morning. I was like, his doubts kind of spilled over into my mind, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, no. I'm not God. I don't want to be God. I'm never going to be God. And I can't be God because there's one God. And I'm just here to communicate how it works. We have all of these views, all of these misconceptions about who he is and what he is. And I'm just here to interpret it, button it up, and then let everyone know the true message that we don't ever have to suffer again. We're going to be happier than we ever have been in our lives. So, but it's a process. I just wanted to share that.